Are you financially ready for your child's education? The cost of fee, book and tuition? According to the latest Aspiration Index report from Bank Bazaar, the number one priority for Indians is to save and invest for their child's education. And it must be the same for you if you are a parent. Our children's future will always be our first and foremost priority. But here's the real question. With the rising cost of education, are we really prepared to face this challenge head on? First, let's take a look at the current landscape of education costs in India. For government schools, the costs can seem manageable. Annual fees for primary to higher secondary education in most states range between Rs 1,000 and Rs 5,000. Undergraduate level education in government institutions is similarly affordable, with costs ranging from Rs 1,000 to Rs 10,000 per year. However, the picture changes drastically when we look at private schools and universities. Private institutions charge much higher fees. For primary to higher secondary education, annual fees can range from Rs 15,000 to Rs 45,000. In metro cities, it can skyrocket to Rs 1 lakh or more. Undergraduate education at private institutions, particularly in fields like engineering and medicine, can cost somewhere between Rs 30,000 to Rs 2 lakh annually. It is important to keep in mind that these costs are not static. They are increasing year by year, often faster than the inflation rate in other sectors. Over the past few years, education costs in India, especially in urban areas, have risen sharply. From 2014 to 2018, the cost of primary education surged by an alarming 30.7%. Higher education has seen similar increases, particularly in private engineering courses, where tuition fees have jumped by over 50% in just the last decade. The disparity is significant. Wealthier states are seeing the steepest hikes in education costs, and middle-class families are finding it harder to keep up. For instance, in rural areas, the basic cost of tuition in schools has risen from Rs 12,000 to Rs 28,000 annually, leaving many families struggling to just keep their children enrolled. Furthermore, it's not just tuition fees that are rising. Auxiliary expenses like uniforms, books, transportation, and extracurricular activities are contributing to the financial strain. Education inflation is currently sitting at a high 11 to 12%, making it harder for families, especially those from lower and middle income households, to achieve their educational aspirations for their children. Now here's the reality check. The gap between aspirations and reality in financing a child's education is growing wider. After home ownership, school and college education, whether in India or abroad, are turning out to be the largest expenses most Indian families will face in their lifetime. And these expenses can significantly dent the savings of an average family. For parents in the 35 to 45 age group, securing the financial future of their children by funding their education is a top priority. But this ambition can quickly turn into a financial burden if the right steps aren't taken early enough. So what should you do as a parent? Identify the right investment options as early as possible. The key to successfully funding your child's education is to start early. Delaying investment decisions or picking the wrong investment vehicle could leave you falling short of your financial goal by a wide margin. For example, a 4-year Bachelor of Technology course at a private Indian university costs around Rs 10 lakh today. Meanwhile, a Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery course could cost Rs 50 lakh. But what if your child aspires to pursue graduate studies abroad? The cost could easily exceed Rs 1 crore in the coming years. And here's the real kicker. Education inflation is higher than general inflation. If we assume an 11% inflation rate, let's see how cost of education will increase over time. Clearly, education inflation is happening at double the rate of general cost inflation. And if you're investing for your child's education, your investments must help you beat inflation to ensure you're not left behind. So how can you make sure you're prepared for these rising costs? The answer lies in early and smart investing. Let's break it down. Set clear goals. Before you start investing, define clear, specific goals for your child's education. Consider the type of education you want them to have, the cost of that education, inflation rates, and the time frame until you'll need the funds. Having specific goals allows you to tailor your investment strategy accordingly. Start early. Time is your best ally when it comes to building an education fund. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow through the power of compounding. Even small, regular contributions can grow into large sums over time. The sooner you start, the easier it will be to reach your goal. Choose the right investment vehicle. This is where many parents go wrong. You need to pick investments that beat inflation, are tax efficient, provide liquidity when needed, and help you achieve your specific goal. Backing the wrong investment could set you back and make it harder to meet your financial needs. Review and adjust. Don't make the mistake of setting and forgetting your investments. Periodically review your strategy and adjust it as needed. As your child gets older, you might want to shift towards more conservative investments to preserve capital. Insure well. Don't let unforeseen events derail your plans. Adequate life and health insurance coverage is essential. A sudden illness, disability, or death should not threaten the security of your child's education fund. Proper insurance ensures your investments remain untouched during a crisis. When it comes to investing for your child's education, there are numerous options. From equity mutual funds to fixed deposits, you have a variety of instruments to choose from. However, it is important to do thorough research before you make your choice. Equity mutual funds are a good option for long-term investments given their potential for higher returns, while fixed deposits offer lower but guaranteed returns. You can pause here to take a look at the different investment options. There are many solution-oriented plans available in the market specifically designed for education funding. These plans mix the benefits of investment with insurance. However, don't be fooled by the attractive returns that are often advertised on paper. Ask yourself key questions. What's the annual rate of return? Does it beat inflation? Will you lose money if you need to liquidate the investment prematurely? As discussed in The Bee, the Beetle and the Money Bug, many plans provide low returns, often underachieving in both investment growth and life insurance cover. If you need liquidity, you may face substantial loss. Low returns are a big red flag, especially considering that education inflation is constantly in double digits. Let's assume you are investing Rs 1 lakh per year for 20 years in a child education plan that offers cashback and assured returns. Cashback plans, also called money back plans, are life insurance linked investment plans. They periodically pay back an assured sum of money. In a child plan, the cashback schedule may be linked to the various stages of a child's education, typically from high school to a master's degree. In the 21st year, the policy matures and you get Rs 20 lakh plus accrued bonuses apart from the 16 lakh already paid as cashback. If you passed away during the policy term, your family would receive the life insurance benefit of Rs 20 lakh plus bonuses. Over the 20 years, you will get cashback at various stages totaling Rs 16 lakh. But are market-linked investments better? Let's look into this. The previous example to investing in equity mutual funds, the picture changes. The annual return on the child education plan would work out to around 6%, while the returns on a market-linked fund like an equity mutual fund could be 12% or more, beating education inflation. With equity mutual funds, you also have the flexibility to liquidate your investment without penalties, whereas assured return plans block your money in and could incur substantial losses if you need to exit early. If you invested the same Rs 1 lakh annually in a market-linked fund, after 20 years, your investment would likely grow to Rs 67 lakh, more than 2 times what the child plan would give you. A well-known business school charged Rs 4 lakh for its 2-year management program in 2007. In 2021, it charged Rs 27 lakh. This implies an annual inflation rate of 13.58% in the course fees over 15 years. Assuming that the rate remains constant, the course would cost Rs 1.82 crore in another 15 years. For instance, you would have to invest Rs 62,000 per month for 15 years to save Rs 1.82 crore, given there's an assured rate of return of 6%. But if the rate is a market-linked 12% per annum, you can get there with just Rs 36,000 a month, which would strain you financially lesser. Also, with the market-linked investments such as a mutual fund, you also have the flexibility of liquidation at any moment of your choosing. But when it comes to assured return plans, a premature surrender could carry heavy charges and leave you with losses. Another thing to consider is the insurance coverage provided by child education plans. In most cases, the coverage is too low to meet the needs of your family in the event of death. A rupees 1 lakh life insurance cover might not be enough for your family's financial stability or your child's future education expenses. It is crucial to have a term insurance plan with adequate coverage. This will ensure that your family's needs, including your child's education, are met if something happens to you. It is, however, important to take corrective actions and not make those mistakes long term. Else, the repercussions would be severe. When you miss your goal, you will need to take a loan to bridge the gap. This would again entail interest costs. This is detrimental to the formula for serenity. Finally, education loans are a popular option when savings fall short. These loans cover a wide range of education-related expenses including tuition fees, exam fees, accommodation, books, and even travel expenses for studying abroad. Interest rates on education loans are influenced by various factors such as the type of course, reputation of the institution, and the borrower's academic track record. Lenders also take into account additional factors like credit rating, collateral, and the credit score of the co-borrowers. An important feature of education loans is moratorium, which is the interval between completing education and commencing loan repayment. In this period, borrowers are not obligated to make loan repayments, but interest accrues on a simple interest basis. For example, if you have a loan with a 2-year moratorium period, the interest will accumulate over those 2 years. Once the moratorium ends, the EMI will be calculated taking into consideration the accrued interest on the loan amount. If your financial situation permits, it is advisable to start repayment during the moratorium to reduce the EMI burden in the future. By proactively managing your payments, you can ease the financial impact on the loan and potentially save an overall interest expense. In conclusion, planning for your child's future education requires strategic and early investment planning. Make sure to set clear goals and keep reviewing your investment to reach your financial aspirations for your child's education. By making smart financial decisions today, you can pave the way for a better future for your children. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.